Oh yeah, we're live. Oh okay. Yeah. All right. Episode 85. Tonight we got YNGRACH on.
What it do?
Big ups.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And Damo's doing the cameras again. I just bumped the mic. That's gonna be echoing through everything. Yeah. So How you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
Had the
you just
day off.
chilling?
You know how it is.
Yeah, just
What
kick
about you?
back and just relax.
Kicking
and
back
just...
in this weather.
Yep. Yeah. So you're involved in the hip hop scene, in the Perth
Yes.
hip hop scene, and you're
Yes.
also a DJ
I
and a
am.
producer as well, and
Mm-hmm.
all of the above, and run events, and artist management, and all sorts of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So where did it begin?
It began back in the day, about the time I met you.
Yeah.
Kind of like 5 years ago.
Yep.
Way
Way back in the day.
back
Good old
in the
caps
day,
and
man.
hamsters.
Yeah, good old death disco.
Yep.
So yeah, I started out as a bass music DJ, I guess trap music, dubstep, and yeah, did that for about a year and a half. Just playing shows, playing festivals, and then I don't know, I made the switch to hip hop and rap kind of when one of my friends invited me to like a live show just to DJ with him and stuff, and kind of fell in love with it, and the rest is history. And it's been
Did you have much of an influence beforehand, before you started playing trap and stuff like that, and bass?
hip hop?
Yeah, hip hop and everything.
Not really. I like looking back. I was always playing like trap remixes of like rap tracks, but I never kind of
dived
yeah,
into
like
it.
I always thought hip hop to me wasn't bassy enough, or wasn't loud enough, or wasn't like hectic enough for me to like really enjoy it. But
Yeah, like actual like full on dance
Yeah.
music kind of stuff.
the
Yeah.
times have changed, eh?
yeah. Times have changed.
So yeah, I started out doing that, and then got more into the hip hop scene. Started meeting all artists and all the guys on the come up, and then met my team now, 6KMC, like Roshan, Zaheen, and Pius, and yeah, just met all artists. And then I started making music and made my EP, released that, and kind of gained traction. And then
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a journey then.
just
How many years? So it was 5 years then.
5 years from starting out DJing, like first playing like my club show.
Yeah.
I think my first show was like maybe like father. Never mind. I felt like a DJ
Father's
comp.
way back in the day.
So that was back. That's like trap. That was like rap trap kind of. Yeah, rap
They haven't
trap.
been around for a long time, Father.
No. That like when I did the competition, it like ended when that competition kind of ended, and I was like, man, I was
really?
just getting into it. Yeah.
Oh
But
shit.
yeah, so once I kind of made the switch to hip hop, it just seemed to open a lot more opportunities, and maybe it was just kind of I kind of fell into what I really love doing, so just kind of
Well, you kind of found like your pathway in a way,
Yeah.
the thing you actually like really do enjoy.
and that's kind of when 6KMC came about. So it's a media platform that I co-direct with like the boys I just manage, and under that we got a couple artists we manage. We have Wesley Black, who was on here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and that was
Shout
an
out.
amazing episode. Shout out to Wesley if he's
Shout out
watching.
King Wes.
Yeah.
And your boy Mars, another really crazy artist coming up. And we do events and stuff. So all media.
Yep.
Everything under the umbrella term of media.
So then, what originally got you into DJing? Then, like, what was the switch? Did you just go like I want to play trap music and bass music, and then like going because so your very first gig was a father gig, did he say?
Yeah, the DJ competition.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
And like, did you practice much? And like, what equipment did you?
Oh man, I was
use?
nervous as hell. Oh my god, I remember
Yeah.
the full week leading up to that show. I was like, couldn't sleep. I was like, damn, bro, like what the hell?
Was it on a Friday night, Saturday night, or?
Friday, I think.
Okay.
All my friends came, like everyone was supporting me, but I was so nervous, man. I remember
Yeah.
at Prees, my friends were like, "You okay?" I was like, "Bro, like."
You got the shakes.
Ah,
Yeah.
But what got me into DJing? It was so when I was 18 and stuff, I was going out with my friends, and it kind of was from the get go. I was like, music kind of meant more to me than just going out and getting like turned with my friends.
Yeah.
And then that was at the time when kind of
That's a good thing, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing. Instead of just going, let's go out and party, it's like,
Yeah.
no, like the music's got to be good. Like,
yeah, like we would kind of go out depending on what the event was, and like internationals and national support and stuff like that. But like when it was the time when Slumberjack and Sable and like Alice in Wonderland, Nina Las Vegas were all kind of starting their careers, and so I met Alice in Wonderland. She had like 4,000 followers on Instagram, and so like seeing her and like Morgan and Fletch from Slumberjack start, and then where they are now, and kind of in that period of time, I was like, what the hell? These guys are touring off their own music.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah, who doesn't? I mean, oh my
Yeah,
God.
literally.
Like, it would be so much fun.
So I bought decks. I just bought a DDJ SR, I think Serato controller.
SR, okay.
That's a DDJ SR, I think. Yeah.
Damo, can you look that up if that's all right? I've
DJ
never really heard of that. So you were a Serato
so.
DJ to start off
I
with?
bought
then?
Serato controller, just ran off my laptop.
Yep.
And then I was like, dude, I want to go to Lab 6. Like, I want to learn how to go on CDJs. Cause I was getting offered all these shows and stuff, but I was like, oh, I don't know. And then, so I went to Lab 6. I went for like the orientation where you walk around. And at the time, I didn't have heaps of money, so I was like, man, how am I gonna like do this? And I was like, you know what? I'll just lock it in and then tell mom she can give it to me for my birthday present. And I was like, all right. And then
that's one way to do it.
Yeah. And then so I did that, and then I went home. And mum was like, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, oh, DJ lessons. And then just kind of like, oh, whatever. And then I was like, nah, I've like booked it in, so you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I went to Lab 6. And then
that's great though.
I did, yeah.
Like, surprise, you got to pay for it. Like, it's already, your details are already down.
So I did the DJ course there. I did the production course. I did the scratch course, and I did one-on-one lessons.
Oh wow!
Production lessons.
So you did 4 things through them.
Yeah.
And so like it was good. Like,
it was good. Good. Can't say anything less.
Okay, no, that's awesome because that's hectic because doing 4 things like that take like 2 years to do or like a year or.
So I did the DJ and then had maybe I don't know like 6 months off. Then I did the production and then kind of like one-on-one production scratch course at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, all worth it, all very worth it. Like Zeke Beats, like Zeke taught me, and like Luke Chan to DJ. So like they're like the best of the best. So.
Yeah, Zeke Beats is pretty good.
Yeah,
he's pretty decent. Yeah.
And Midsole taught me to scratch, so he's DMC champ. So and then obviously Palace taught me to make beats.
Yep.
So yeah.
And so like with like the course for the making beats, like how rewarding was that in a way? Like, did you find it a lot easier to make music after that kind of?
I was already making music. Like I already had music pretty much done. But it was more understanding the music theory and actually putting it into what I was doing and knowing what I was doing rather than just using my ear and being like, is this what I'm doing? I don't know. But so yeah, it was good. It was definitely good. Like I released a track off a label after doing that course, so must have been alright to get the approval. Recommend it definitely.
Sorry, so did you just say you released a track and then got onto a label?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Off Sidechains. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So learned everything obviously from Lab 6 and put it into practice and got it signed off.
That's really good though, because that's the thing. It's like you got your money's worth kind of thing. Because I've talked to many people in the past, and it's like they go off and do the course, and they realize it's like it's not for them, or they go and do it, but then they kind of like they finish the course and don't know how to continue it in a way, and like progress with their education, I guess you could say. Yeah,
well, Lab 6 have just released Lab 6 Records, so they're just doing a record label.
Okay, because I saw something like that, but I didn't really know what it was on Facebook
recently. Launch. They did like a private launch on the weekend, and then I think they announced today.
Okay, that's pretty exciting though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I thought they would have already had something like that in a way. Because the amount of students that actually would circulate through there would be so many.
There's so many talented people. I feel like not everyone, but like a lot of people that are doing dope things have been to Lab 6 or like related somehow. So.
Well, that's what's so good about Lab 6 because it's it's an opening for kids to actually go and go, okay, like I really want to do it. I've got some sort of talent, and then like they help enrich it and actually blossom it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's like industry heads teaching on industry equipment, so set up to succeed. And
so after that, what ended up happening? Like, so after that, that's when you got your father gig, and then you also managed to get into Capital and Death Disco and stuff like that. Or?
Yeah, can't exactly remember how. Like Anton, I think, maybe it was through Win. Like I think Maddie was playing Death Disco, and then she probably was like to Anton, Rach is like DJing trap, whatever. I think probably that's how it started. They sent him. I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember actually. But I know my first Death Disco was like when you know who used to headline like artists every once a month or something.
Yeah,
so,
the
like,
local thing.
Yeah. So that was like one of my first shows, like headlining Death Disco, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, how was that though?
Anton, man,
standing
me, like, but
throwing you in the deep end basically. Yeah.
But that was fire. That was peak Capital. Well,
yeah.
From what I knew what Capital was anyway.
Exactly,
so,
back in the day when it was pumping all the time.
Yeah, no matter what time you played.
And it was just a rave, no matter what. It was just a consistent rave, basically.
So it was fire. The energy was insane, and I was just like, whoa, like, man, like, yeah. So that was dope. That was dope. After that, like, I've just been mad lucky, I think. Like, I've affiliated myself with the right kind of people, and just, I mean, I love music, so I'm out all the time anyway. So opportunities just seem to arise when you network, I guess.
Well, that's what I've said to so many people, and like it is networking. It's all about, you know, like if you want to get into the industry, you got to go and put your face out there. You got to go and hang out. You got to be around. Like, you know, it's just be around. That's it. You just like, if there's an event on, you got to go to it, and you don't have to just go to the event and be like, okay, there's the person I should go talk to. Just go to the event and have fun. Kind of thing. Exactly.
And I mean, at the time, I was already going out all the time because me and my friends loved it. So it's just kind of,
it just paired hand in hand kind of thing. Yeah.
And I think the hip hop shows kind of, there's like the 6K scene, which Wes kind of explained last time, which is like the underground kind of rap movement in Perth City. And like once you, maybe not the right term, welcomed, but kind of once you like start getting involved, then everyone, it's a family, so everyone like supports everyone. So once I started DJing like one show, it was like all go.
Yeah,
like it's just on like every show from after that. So
and so with DJing and stuff like that, so like when you swapped from trap to hip hop, was it a big adjustment or anything like that at all? Like
the live shows, it was like, it's taken up until recently for me to get comfortable on a microphone. Like to DJ for a live act, you need to be able to hype. Yeah, you don't need to, but you need
it
to.
Helps,
like I remember I was DJing. Like I have a huge roster of artists I DJ for, and one of the first shows where like 50506, shout out Pice if you're watching, where he was at, bro, like you gotta like, you gotta be my hype man. Like we were like headlining one day Sundays, which is at Elizabeth Quay. It was like 3,000 people there or something, and I was like,
oh wow, holy crap!
I was like, we'd been playing shows for like a couple of years, but I was like, bro, like I gotta hype, and I was like hyping myself all day. I was like, what am I gonna say? I was like, like, and like so ever since then, kind of, it's kind of a bit more natural now.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like what I said before. It's like if you throw yourself in the deep end, kind of, the next time won't be as bad.
It's not as
And so I had the same issue as well with doing weddings and stuff like that. And like getting on the microphone at weddings, that's more MC scary. Stuff. Yeah. That's just like, ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are going to make their entrance. Can everyone stand up and raise their glass, please? Like,
I played like 21st once or something. Didn't know who they were or anything. And they were like, "Oh, bringing the cake out. Can you like get on the mic?" And I'm like, what's her name? I don't even know that girl's name. Like, I was like, oh
you
yeah,
had 21st and didn't even.
I was like, I was like, I through a friend of a friend, and like it was shambles. I was just like, okay, yeah.
So have you done many other functions or anything like prior to? No,
not functions, not private stuff.
Yeah,
that was like the one and only one I did. It was just, I think it just
wasn't.
It wasn't it. I got there, bought all my own gear. It was at the Saint actually. Went upstairs, plugged. It was pouring down rain to start off with, so I got absolutely drenched. And then
whereabouts is the Saint again?
In a loo.
Like,
yeah, in a loo.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
just like
he's on it.
like a bar. I don't know. Yeah, it was just like a function room up there, and then I got there and I was out to the guy running. Oh, I don't even know what he was like. I was like, okay, where's all like the mixer and stuff to plug everything into and like the sound? He was like, oh, we only have like an kind of like an aux input for the sound. I was like, what?
So 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And then he was like, oh, actually no, we have an RCA, we have RCA input, but they only had like one RCA input. So instead of running like the red and white lead, I was just running one lead. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Onto my XD, like I had XDJ RX2. So I was running that. So like the sound was terrible as well. Also having like a mono output.
Yeah,
like,
it just wouldn't sound right at all.
What the hell? And then the microphone could only be, it was either the sound or the microphone, like music or the microphone.
Yeah.
And so if they wanted to use that, I had to completely unplug all my decks to use a microphone. And I was just like,
that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah. And then so I got booked by my friend, who was like the girl's birthday's friend, and he was like, she wants like a rap DJ. Like, I was like, cool, yeah. Like, if I got there. When I got there, she came to me. She was like, "Oh, none of my friends have come. Like, it's all my family." And there's like little kids running around, and I was like, "Bro, like, I
can't play PG stuff."
Yeah, I was like, I've got like throwbacks and like 90s hip hop and stuff. But then like all her family will come up and like, "Oh, can you play like 60s and like 80s tunes?" Which is like okay if you're prepared for it.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm a hip hop DJ, man. Like, and I was like, "Oh shit," and I'm like. I can't even like plug my phone or an aux into something because
It's just
like there's not enough input. Like
yeah, it just sounds like an absolute nightmare.
So ever since then, it's stressed me. I was like,
and so like, was that like the first 2-3 years of you first DJ?
That was a while ago. Yeah, that was at the start. Like
yeah. Well, it's good that you trial different things to be able to actually figure out, like, I'm not doing that again.
But like that's kind of where the money is, right? They were paying me whatever I wanted, and I was like, well,
that's kind of it. Like when you get into weddings and birthdays and stuff, like it's negotiable.
But like I guess where I am heading and kind of where I want to be, maybe functions isn't. So
the right area kind of thing. So then, what's it actually like playing when you've got someone like spitting rhymes in front of you, kind of thing?
It's so cool. It's
like,
so cool.
It would be so cool. Like,
it's cool when like, because like the rap scene in Perth has grown so much since like I started to now. So like, everyone comes to shows, so people know the words as well to the songs and stuff. Like, and to have whole venues like singing along to tracks, just like a track not necessarily I've made, but like the boys have made, is like insane. Like we threw a show like this time last year at Slim's, and it sold out its capacity, and like having the two boys on stage, like Wes and your boy Mars, and like all their friends were there. It was packed, and like so many people were singing along and just getting down to it, and I was like, this is insane. Like,
can you try and pull that up again if possible, Damo? Because that was on Wesley's profile as well, wasn't it? Like some of the videos from Slim's.
So we've got the Shake the Room recap is on YouTube.
Okay, did you send that to me as well? Okay,
so
pull that one up if you can.
It's cool. It's it's what I love doing.
But then how does it work when you try and transition songs and stuff like that? Because that's what, like, with a DJ, like, it's all about blending one track to the next and then like amping the crowd. But then if you've already got someone in front of you already like amping the crowd, then it's kind of like you're the underlying, like the tone, the vibe to it almost. Like,
you don't have too much to do sometimes. If it's like a rapper that's really good at holding the stage, then you just gotta press play.
Will we get copyright for this song at all?
Or potentially.
Potentially. Just mute it. It's all good.
Yeah, mute the song. This is so that's Wes.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So you were playing behind that, behind Wes, and who was that guy just then as well?
Your boy Mars. So I was DJing for your boy Mars. And then we had a whole bunch of other. That was me.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we had a whole bunch of other DJs on the lineup and stuff, and Shake the Room is kind of a play on Pop Smoke, who passed away. His song Shake the Room.
Pop Smoke passed away?
Pop Smoke, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
just before this happened. This event happened.
That's the thing, because I do follow hip hop and I don't follow hip hop. I think I mentioned it last time, where that's a really cool logo as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I follow, the old 90s and the classic kind of hip hop, and never really got into the modern day hip hop-ish.
Yeah.
Like after 2012. I think I might have said it last time as well. It's like after Nicki Minaj made Super Bass, I was like, what's going on? Like, what's happening to the music industry?
Honestly, I love melodic new wave, like auto-tune rap. Like that's what I really like now. But like, ask me maybe like 5 years ago if I was listening to it, and I despised auto-tune, like auto-tune rap. I was like when Young Lean first came out, I was like, what is this? Like, it's auto-tune. That's all it is auto-tune. I could never I don't know, never get down to it. But now I'm like, damn, shit fire.
But that's the thing. It's like it grows on you though, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's what I've also said in the past, is where it's like, with multiple genres, like even with trap, when trap first started out, in a way, it was just kind of like, it was almost like, rhythmy, noisy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then it had the gold nuggets amongst, the other crap kind of thing.
Yeah. Trap. I love trap.
Yeah.
I still love trap.
Yeah.
I do.
So then with that though, like, how did you go about getting your first like hip hop gig and like actually getting into that area? Kind of?
So my friend Martin was DJing this event called Goat 6K, and so they were just doing live lineups, like MC lineups, and he was like, come DJ with me, I'm playing for like 5 or 6 hours, I need just like company or like toilet breaks. So I went there, and then he kind of stopped DJing a little bit, so that event needed a DJ, and they knew who I was, so they hit me up. And then at that time, like 506, who's a rapper or hip hop artist, was like doing his thing in the scene, and he was like, oh, I need a DJ, can you DJ for me? And he's quite a prominent like figure in the scene. And so it kind of like aligned. I started DJing for him, then DJing for this event, and then I was one of the only kind of hip hop DJs around. Yeah. So I just was getting booked all
But
the
that's what
shows.
you want though, right? Like
Yeah,
you find a
it's-
niche market and
yeah.
then you just go and like you fit into it and then eventually you just keep getting booking after booking after booking
then-
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then
it's
how
kind of-
was that though? So like when he was teaching you, like he wasn't teaching because you already knew how to DJ, but like when you went and did that first 5 hour, 6 hour set kind of thing, was that with someone emceeing in front as well, or was that just a
that?
gig?
Well, that was at Good Shepherd. So that was kind of the way Good Shepherd was set up. It was that the DJ was like kind of to the side, so the MCs were holding the stage down by themselves. So that was kind of just like pressing play, press play. But when I started becoming more of the DJ for the Goat 6K, where my name was on the poster and things, it was kind of more like presenting acts coming up and stuff. It took a while for me. Obviously, I didn't do it starting out because I don't know what to do.
Yeah, but like when you say presenting as well, so that was getting on the mic and being like,
so and so,
this guy's coming up next. Yeah, here we go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But that's only really recently I've kind of just done it off top. Like it's taken a while, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because microphone troubles.
Microphone-
yeah, like
I don't know.
I'm in the same boat, so
I'm not
don't worry.
the
like,
most extroverted person at the best of times, so it's,
well, I mean, I still have problems with microphones no matter what. Like, I'll go to a wedding and I'll just be like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh god, what do I even say? Like,
but yeah,
it just eventually, you learn it in a way. Like, I've gotten a lot better over the last 14 weddings I've done. But like the first 5, the first 10, nah, like just horrible kind of thing. But then, so with that, like, so you used to play at Good Shepherd as well, then, and so I never went to Good Shepherd. It was in Leaderville, across the road from Hippie Club, though, right?
Yeah.
And it's not there anymore.
No, it closed down. Like, I started being resident DJ there. I don't even know what year.
It's pretty cool that you're a resident though.
20,
Like,
yeah. So I play Friday, Saturdays from like 9 to 1. Every Friday, every Saturday for like 3 months, and then it closed after it started.
okay.
Just
But still, that would have been a sick 3 months though.
yeah, it was dope. It like got me really comfortable with the decks and like learning how to freestyle. I guess like before that, I wasn't playing like long sets.
Yeah.
So kind of being able to read the room is really important.
Yeah.
Just being able to switch up genres and like BPMs without with ease and just like,
That's it, without like making it really like you really notice the genre changing kind of thing.
So that kind of helped me a lot to be as comfortable, I guess, behind the decks.
Well, so that's what I've said to others as well, where it's like if you really want to get into DJing, you got to find somewhere that you can play, because once you get like a residency or once you get a few gigs there, then it's like your skills adapt as you go, kind of thing.
For sure. And once you like know the crowd as well where you're playing, I reckon it helps so much.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it.
it.
Just helps so much. Like,
And that's the thing is like once you get to know that crowd, then you go play a different venue with a different crowd. Then you can like take things from crowd number 1 and apply them to crowd number 2, and then adapt, improvise, overcome. That's it.
Yeah. So I'm resident at Slim's, Jackrabbit Slim's as well, and it's the same. Like I can pretty much look at the crowd and like now know exactly what they want to hear just based on who's out there.
Yeah, that's awesome though. That's what you want, right?
So I'm so comfortable playing there because I'm like I know I'm always going to play like a decent.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous about that. Lucky you.
Slim's is like it's funny.
A cool venue.
Yeah, I was like
such a cool venue.
Thinking back on my goals and stuff I had when I first started, and it was only ever like my first like main goal was to be able to freestyle DJ all like shows and events. That was like my biggest goal. But like my second goal was to be resident Slims, and it's such a random goal. Yeah. Like, when I got it, I was like, yes.
You're just like, yes. Well, that's what you want though, right? Like you set these goals and you achieve them. You're like, all right, next goal. Like where to go now? Where can I?
But yeah, Slims is good fun.
Yep. So then with that as well, so like you learnt to freestyle like DJing and stuff like that. But then like when it comes to like actually having an MC and stuff like that, do they have songs that they want to
for rappers and stuff? Yeah, so I'm pretty strict on kind of I'm like send me your set list like days before so I can hear it. Like I've DJed for rappers and I've heard the songs like I'm like leaving the house and I'm downloading because they've just sent it to me and I'm like, I don't even know what they sound like. So like trying to DJ for a rapper when you don't know their songs is like it's quite awkward being on stage because I'm like I want to sing along, I want to have fun, but I'm like
what's happening though?
But so they send me a set list and then I usually just tell them will they get them to tell me if they're having talk breaks, or if they're doing like talk breaks and things like that, or if they want me to just press play. So
do they give you like a little bit of a run sheet sometimes?
Some of them do.
Like okay.
Like I DJ'd for Hoodsy in Brisbane like a month and a bit ago, just between lockdowns.
You see her on Facebook and stuff like that?
She's quite big. Yeah, she's under Sony Music.
Oh really? Oh.
So she was a bit more. Yeah, she got booking agent and manager and everything. So that was a bit more. Like she sent me a good rundown of like talk breaks, track list, and kind of what we're doing. Like I also play for a lot of emerging artists and like artists that haven't really had shows, so it's a bit more on the fly. They don't really know what they're doing, so it's more me just like controlling.
Okay.
Like,
so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool though. It's like if you're kind of being in the back end, being like, no, come on, like, you know, and like this is your first gig, like this is how it's gonna happen. You know, like I'll do this and you do that.
Yeah,
like,
it's
try
cool.
and work together in a way.
Yeah, it's cool. Like,
because that's the thing is that when you go and DJ by yourself, you know, like. You know, when I go to a venue I've never played at, I'll just go there and look around, like go for a walk and scope the place out. But then it's just like, okay, here we go.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, that's it. Like, hopefully this is going to work out. But usually it does. But like when you're on stage with someone else, you know, you got to work together.
Yeah.
That's like with the thing with the band and stuff. What were we going to say? Sorry?
So most of the time it does work well if you just read each other. That's why I guess it's better to work alongside people you kind of know. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
And so then have you ever encountered like any like not train wreck sets, but you've actually like, you know, you've gone off to go and do a gig and then having an MC and then they've like their first set and they're a little bit nervous and they kind of like try and
yeah, there's definitely been a lot of sets where I'm hiding behind the decks.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously no names, but
yeah.
like some rappers are very like arrogant and want things done a certain way, which by all means they're the artist. But like I've DJed for someone once and they just expected me to DJ for them because I was playing for the guy before them, and I was like, oh, I don't like, not really how this works. But I was like, it's fine, I'll DJ for you. But his USB was like corrupt, so half the tracks weren't like working and stuff. And then he was just getting really angry at me, and I'm like, bro, I'm not even your DJ, man. Like, like this is your USB.
That's
like,
it. This is all on you, not on me.
And
like,
he was kind of just like losing his like temper at me, and I'm like, dude.
And this is before he went on stage and played his set.
He was on stage, trying to play, like get his set ready. And I was like, dude, this ain't my issue. Like, I can literally walk off right now and.
But see, like, that's what I mean. It's like toxicity almost. It's like he just gets so wrapped up in his own head almost that he's just like. No, but you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to make it work. You're the DJ. Like I'm supposed to be the singer, kind of thing.
There's a lot of things like that where I don't mind having responsibility because I kind of know how things run now. But yeah, like there's a venue here in Perth that doesn't have digital decks, and everyone would just expect me now to bring my decks, and I'm like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, bro, like.
But then, do you have insurance and stuff like that on your equipment? Yeah,
I bring my decks to start half the shows, but. I'm like, it's not really my responsibility. If it's my event, yeah, for sure, I'll organize it, I'll sort it out, which I have done, but it's not my event, man. Like, damn. Yeah. I don't want someone spilling drinks.
Well, that's exactly
I've had someone spill drinks on my laptop, on my decks, on my buddy speakers at like a house party, and my laptop died. And I lost everything.
You lost. Wow.
My laptop died.
Did you? So you didn't manage to harvest the hard drive or anything like that?
Took it to Apple.
Damn it, shit.
So now I'm like, bro, like,
sorry to hear, like,
that was ages ago, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, if I lost my music, oh my god.
I do.
I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, well, I've got like 4 hard drive backups now.
Yeah, that's what you need. Exactly, yeah. You need that.
Yeah, that was, I cried, bro. Yeah. I was like, what?
But so it was speakers, laptop, and the equipment.
It was just my laptop that died. Everything got covered. I don't even know what happened, to be honest, but
yeah.
Nobody owned up to it.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, I've been to a house party when I was younger. I went to a house party out in the bush. They took a generator, right? It was out in like just a 5-acre property kind of thing, and it was great. But I got offered to DJ it, and I was like, no, I'm not DJ. I just want to go party and hang out. And then the DJ rocked up, set his speakers up and everything, and someone actually threw a bottle at his KRK speakers, KRK rockets, and they were the big ones. They were 8 inches, right? And put a hole in one of his cones. Like, just like lobbed the bottle. Bottle hit it, and then just like on the bottom part of the cone, just put a hole in it. And I just said to my mates, like, this is why I didn't want to play here. Like, you never know with house parties.
No, yeah.
And as you said, no one owns up.
No.
That guy got away scot-free.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
everyone knew who it was, but no one wanted to cause trouble or drama. Or
even
venues,
you don't know how. Like, people throw drinks around all the time. Like, I'm just like, lucky these aren't my decks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's expensive shit.
Yeah, CDJs are expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
so then with that as well, so like, how many hip hop artists have you kind of done that for? And they're like being.
I made it. I was writing down a list the other day. I'm at like 40 to 50. I have a list of
different DJs,
different rappers. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. That's really cool. Like, and so like, well, we'll do some shout outs. Who are your top 5, top 10?
Damn, I guess my main rotation of artists I DJ for. So your boy Mars, who I manage as well. Who else have I DJ for? Like 5 or 6, Sowdy. Shout out Young Buddha, he's not making music no more, but damn, High Class, Hoodsy.
So many shout outs.
Just everybody, bro. Like, I played for just about most cats in the city, yeah.
But it's a pretty cool thing, like,
yeah, it's good fun
because it's not normal DJing. It's like it's DJing, but it's like you know, you've got the hype man, you got someone building the crowd up, building the ambience, and you just
enjoy it. I feel like I can just really enjoy it as well, being on stage. I'm just like,
it's such an amazing feeling, isn't it? Honestly, when you're up there and everyone else is dancing, having a great time, you're just like, I'm a part of this.
It's a good time.
And so with 6K MC, so like, how did that kind of come about?
So I met the boys, so Roshan, Zahid, and Pius.
Just quickly as well, do you guys have a Facebook page or anything?
Yeah, there's across all social media. Instagram's kind of where we're at a lot of the time.
Where it's at? Yeah.
So they started 6KMC, and then I met them about the same time I moved into the hip hop world. Same time I met Wesley Black, actually, so the guy I manage. Met them all at the same time, and then so 506, who's Pius, was like, I need a DJ, and then I met the boys I run 6KMC with the event I first met Wesley at, where I wanted to go suss Wesley out.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, it's weird. It's all kind of like
it just worked and just happened in a way.
So I met them, and then they were kind of like, the boys, 6KMC boys were like, oh, we kind of want someone else on our team just to, I don't know, see where we can take 6KMC, and we kind of had the same vision and stuff. And they're doing a live series where it's called Up Next. It's on YouTube, where we do like what some artists do, freestyles, or like perform an original track, and there's like we film it, record it, post on YouTube, and see what happens.
It's called Up Nexus, do you say? Up Next, okay.
Up Next,
Can we pull that up as well? That sounds pretty cool.
And so the first season was on a rooftop where we had the 6K skyline in the background.
Oh, I think I've seen videos of that actually. Where is that rooftop? It's so cool.
So it's
yeah, don't be like that. I really do want to know.
It's the Palmerstone Apartments.
Palmerston
Street Apartments. There's an apartment complex. 99, I think. 99 Palmerston Street. So yeah, it's like
just up the top.
Yeah, up the top. One of the boys' girlfriends at the time. Yeah, that's Wesley in the background. One of the boys.
So that's you in the background as well.
Yeah. So this is the second season.
The production quality is really cool though. Right?
Yeah, it's insane. Roshan's filming and editing, and 506 is on the sound. So we do everything in house. We've got a pretty solid team.
So is that actually like your own little warehouse kind of thing then, or?
So that's in West Perth. That's the what's that warehouse? I always forget the name of it.
Is that the one near Metro City, kind of?
It's right. It's near Soggy Bones. It's on that same road.
Soggy
Bones warehouse, the skateboard warehouse.
Okay, I don't think I've never heard of that place.
But you just hire it out for.
Okay.
It's like maybe $40 or $50 an hour or something.
Pretty cool setup though, and like it's got that, you know, that vibe to it, that atmosphere behind it. What are the lights on the left and right hand side? Are they on the booth?
The lights are so they're just like, I don't know what producers call them, but they're like music videos and stuff where you like hold them up, or like color lights.
Okay.
They can change colors and stuff.
Oh, so similar to these things kind of, but obviously these ones are square.
Yeah, but they change. They're like fluorescent kind of lights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this changes to red on the drop of Wes's. Do you know in this one, one of our friends Edel's lying on the floor behind me and like hits it when it goes red. She hit the remote control to change the color.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Literally just lying on the floor.
Yeah. I wish you had it behind the scenes. It was hell funny. I didn't know what was going on. I missed the whole conversation. And I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, makes sense.
And so most of them all in this location as well for...
So I can't exactly remember how many artists are at each, but the first season's on the rooftop and the second season's on this. I think there's gonna be like 8 in each season.
And how many... Oh, so there's only 8 episodes each season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take, yeah.
And so it's all just one song per
episode?
One
song. It's either like Wes did call it a freestyle, I don't know, but like it's like a not released song. Not necessarily a freestyle, but freestyle's kind of used a bit loosely like in this day and age.
Well, play the next one actually. So like, and
Cam Deg.
And so you DJ'd for most of these, did you say?
So I DJ'd for this one. I DJ'd for half the ones in the first season because we did it over 2 nights and I wasn't able to make one of them. So we had Mowgli DJ for the other half. And in the second season, I DJ for everyone except if they had a DJ.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool location, just having the city skylines like that in the back.
That's nuts. We want our, like, if we do it again, that's where we want to be, but our connect that there is an X. So
isn't
it's like an X of one of.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you can't really, it's a little bit hazy
Mm.
kind of thing. Yeah, I get yeah.
So,
but still, that's awesome though. But then surely, I mean, that's the car park there, isn't it? No, that's not the car park.
So no, the top is like a sitting area, a barbecue area. We just moved everything.
Okay, so that's like an apartment complex or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apartment complex.
Yeah. Because you could easily mistake that for the corner of like of the car park, rooftop car park.
But yeah, there's also that option to do, but that would involve probably bringing like a generator and things.
It'd be worth it though, almost kind of.
Yeah, I agree. But
and like if you got like a drone involved as well. That would be so mint.
Yeah, that would
like
be cool.
Flying up and around and like like just little different sections of the clips and stuff.
Yeah, we need to get another series going, but
so what stopped the series from happening? Kind of
honestly,
just COVID and everything, or
I mean, not necessarily just COVID, but I guess it does take a lot of time. And like we pay for everything off our own back, kind of off it. So like to hire the studio and stuff for the second season costed like 40 or 50 an hour or something. And then the speakers we hire because we don't have them, the decks and wine, like I record everything. I think the microphones, the boys, and then like 5 or 6 does all the engineering. So we don't have to pay for like really production as much, but it's just hiring and
it's just the excess costs kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to a point where we kind of want like, if we want to do it, we want a grant to help us do the series, and like comes a point where.
See, that's what sucks though, because the music industry we don't really have many grants to give out, but we have like help benefits and stuff like that, like from the lockdowns. But if you were to approach music APRA or something like that and be like, hey, we're doing this really cool thing. I'd be like, yeah, it's cool, but you gotta fund it yourself.
There's a few grants now around, but it's just a bit of like, it's just a lot of paperwork. You got to do it and stuff. And it's achievable. Like we got given a grant for an upcoming project. We got it about 8 months ago, I think. We just haven't used it yet. But so we're doing a cypher with like 4 artists.
Cypher?
A cypher. So you know like what's Eminem's movie where
8 Mile.
8 Mile, like 8 Mile, and that whole grungy underground where they go like bar for bar.
Oh yeah,
It's like that kind of cypher.
Okay.
So we picked kind of 4 artists that
would be sick.
Yeah, the production on that's insane. Like so will be released by 6KMC. So it's like we follow 4 artists around a day in the life of them, and then they'll all go head to head to cypher type thing.
That's pretty cool. So then, like, how long would you reckon it'll go for? Like, if you were to follow each artist around and then have the actual cypher?
I don't know. So we've filmed most of it. Most of it's been filmed. It's just kind of the direction. So we've got 2. I don't know the titles, like if they're producers or whatever. Like we've got Rakeem and Toby. These 2 insane. Whatever they are in their field of work, DOPs or just artists. Just insane creatives doing their thing. So yeah, I don't know where they're at with the way that they're going about it, but I just left it in their hands to
If it's that they, in a way, they've got a vision for it.
Yeah, so we came to them with our vision, with the budget, kind of like do your thing, work your magic.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to get some placements on some, yeah.
And so a cypher is usually just like a bit of a rap battle kind of thing. Okay.
Correct.
And then do we have many of those in Perth at all? Or?
There's a few, but they're not like
really big or anything?
Yeah, they're like, yeah. There was one not too long ago. I can't even remember who was on it. I know Bass Cadet DJ'd for like a few, like Shadow and those boys, like the Aussie music scene. Like the Aussie music scene do it a lot because obviously they're more bars.
Yeah.
But not like something of this higher production. I think there was one like maybe like 10 years ago where like the OGs were doing one. Like there's, Hunter? He was like a rapper that passed away, and I think it was like the OG Aussie rap heads did one.
Okay.
And obviously there's like smaller ciphers and stuff at events, and people go bar for bar.
So then how do they usually play out though as well? So like how would a cipher play out?
That's it. Like it's either, I guess where we're coming from, it's the direction whether we want everyone to like battle out on the same beat, or if they come with their own beat and just have their own flavor and see who's kind of dominates in their own field.
So it'd be like, one artist would play their beat and then the other artist would play their beat. Like you'd spit on the first beat, then you spit on the second beat, and then it's like a voting almost.
Yeah, well, it's usually like an 8 Mile. It's like a rap battle. So it's like they throw shade at each other while like rapping.
Yeah. In
their own regard. Yeah. So
that'd be alright. That could be
we've got like an Aussie grimy rapper, like an electronic beats, like a new wave, and then like a hip hop under boom bap. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, is like you said, the culture is like evolving, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger in Perth, and eventually, like it'll be easy to sell out shows like that and just have these prominent things in Perth that. Because it's all about getting the name out there as well.
Yeah.
Because it's so unfortunate, but people just look at their phones these days. But at the same time, it's like it's all filtered content to, like what they could be potentially interested in, or like whoever's sponsoring the most and paying the most to kind of jam it down.
It's very censored to what you see.
It is,
Instagram.
yeah.
I think didn't they just put out there that they've actually been like censoring like all their posts? So if for like sensitive material, you actually have to go unclick the box or click the box or something in your settings.
Yeah, no, that's been happening for a couple of years now.
It's insane.
But it's ridiculous though, and it's because it's also like if you go to join, they've made a new thing on Facebook now. Like look this up, Damo. It's pretty funny. If you go and try and join a group, and the group might be like might be. I guess just not for kids, right? It'll actually pop up and a little bubble and say, this group is more towards like, aimed towards adult content. Are you sure you want to join? It's like, yes, like I think so. Like what? Yeah, like what's the worst thing I could see? Like, but it is like that though, and that's the problem with social media. But that's a good thing we can start talking about. So you've got your Young Rach page, and how did that come about in a way? Like how did the name Young Rach well, I mean, your name is Rachel, right? Like, Young Rach.
So, yes. So Young Rach stands for, obviously Young Rach, but YNG also stands for Your Next Generation, which is I've never really publicly
That's pretty cool.
Announced. People have asked me, like, all of my jokes are Young Rach, like, you're never going to be young forever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, but it stands for, like, Your Next Generation.
That's really cool.
So it kind of ties into Young TV, like Your Next Generation TV.
Yeah.
And I guess my whole branding now is, like, helping the next generation and, like, working alongside.
Yeah, giving people
that's
it, giving people a shot, an opportunity, and see when they can go with it.
So I don't know how it came about. At the time when I was starting out, bro, there was so many like youngs and little rappers and stuff.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a joke at the like.
Well, when I thought that, I was like, okay, everyone's jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah. And then and when I was doing events, like we were promoting events, it was always just my ticket code, and then I just stuck with it. I don't know, it was like YUNG at first when I was doing tickets and stuff, but I was like, I don't want to I want my name to stand for something.
Yeah. But still, your next generation, it's pretty good.
I need to somehow figure out how to like brand that onto my.
Just like little brackets above it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's really what Young Rach is.
And then so with the Facebook page and like going into like the social media and the marketing, the digital kind of like the realm of that, how did you find that? Did you teach yourself anything, or did you YouTube, or did you just kind of go in blindfolded?
At first, I was just posting stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, in terms of marketing and that side of things, I've never done too much marketing. I only really run like ads on, like, when I dropped my EP, I ran ads and did like campaigns and things like that. But one of my homies, Roche, who I run 6KMC with, is an ad guru and does like the marketing for 6KMC and stuff. So I generally just Roshan, what are you doing?
Yeah, just help me out. Yeah,
but
I feel you on that though, 100%. Like,
marketing is its own world. I don't enjoy marketing at all. I find it tedious, like sitting down to run an ad campaign and do ad sets. I've spent hours on YouTube like trying to understand it. Like, I know how to run a basic campaign, but it might not be the most money efficient, and like, which is kind of what you want.
So I love marketing, but when you get into the gritty side of that and like digital marketing, it's a different ball game. It's a complete different ball game, because it is about that. It's like you got to get the cost per lead, I guess you could say, and like trying to actually make sure that you're getting something out of it, instead of just like just ringing up the newspaper and putting an article in the newspaper.
Like marketing in terms of like my aesthetic and just like posting and stuff. I kind of feel like if you have something to give to your, I don't know, fans and your viewers, then it'll get good interaction and things anyway. So I kind of tend to just do that. If I'm like, I don't just post for any, I post over a show or something like that.
That's it. Having some sort of
something to give people.
That's it. Yeah. Because that's the thing as well, is a lot of people, some people just believe in the whole idea. It's like 3 posts a week. Doesn't have to, like, they have to be related, but they have to be, like, just to try and get the content out there to stay at the top of the ladder. Not the ladder, but like, just the audience hierarchy thing that goes on with it behind the scenes. Yeah. And so, with do you help out at all with the 6KMC Facebook page or anything like that at all?
Yeah, so we all have login access to it. I do most of the posts and stuff on the Instagram. Because we do write-ups, and we have a Spotify playlist that we update once a month with all just pretty much Perth. I mean, it's becoming more of an Australian kind of playlist, but predominantly highlighting Perth music. Can
we pull that up as well, Demo, if that's all right? The 6KMC Facebook and the Instagram page for them.
Every month I'm kind of just scouting new releases to update on the playlist. We have a lot of submissions. Like, we know after you do like a post, like a paid, like people will pay us to do like paid posts and like post things in our story and write-ups and premieres.
They'll actually pay you for that?
Yeah, most of the write-ups and stuff on there are paid.
That's pretty cool though, because that's almost like a little mini agency. Well, it is basically an agency, right?
I guess that's the plan. We've been mad busy with like the management side of things lately to kind of figure all this stuff out, but the plan will most probably be to
like move into that direction kind of thing. Well, this already looks like an agency kind of. Well, not an agency, but it looks like, promotional company basically.
Yeah, I guess that's what 6KMC is, pretty much the media platform highlighting Perth-based music in the hip-hop realm. And we
need that kind of thing in here in a way. Because, we're so small as it is that we need, like groups like this that can actually promote and put a story to the face. Like, go back up. Did I see? Yeah, is that with Bex? Yeah. Let's click that one. Shout out to Beck if you're watching. Can you unmute this? What are you guys talking about?
This is funny. Oh, wait, start again. We have this series called Word on the Street where we go and like interview punters and stuff on different. He spits those beats.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Where we just a few of them we got asked punters and like, I don't know, rappers and stuff to spit bars, or we'd ask questions. So we went to we did one at Hidden, the last Hidden, whenever that was, last year I think.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time, to be honest.
Well, I think they're I don't know if they'll be running anymore. I think they may have gone into liquidation or something. Sucks, but
that's the problem with festivals and stuff, because it's a lot of money.
Yeah, that last one was, I think, mad expensive or something. I can't remember, but that's fun. Long day. I would get there at like, I don't know, open and just film all day. I'm like, I'm tired. Remember ASAP Ferg was like closing, and I was like, man, he's like one of my favorite rappers. I was like, I'm so tired. I can't even finish his set, bro. Like,
but so did you get to chat to him at all? Or?
Oh man, I was this close to getting a photo with him. So
Oh,
close, like
you
on my phone.
should've.
Yeah, I like his security. I was like, bro, can I get one photo? He was walking on stage, and then like he was swarmed by.
Everybody,
So I was like,
yeah.
you know, I'm respectful enough to not piss him off. Like
That's
he's just
it, yeah.
about to go on.
Well, that's the
stage.
biggest thing as well. It's like, you know, I've said this in other podcasts as well. It's like if you see someone really, really famous, don't be a groupie. Like, don't just be like, oh my god, hello, can I get an autograph? Just be chill, just hang out, just have a good time. Like I learnt that downstairs at Capitol, the VIP room. It's like everyone's just there to just relax. Like,
to chill.
Yeah, don't
It's
be
like-
that guy or that
At the
girl.
end
Just
of the day, everyone's
hang
just
out.
humans. Like,
That's it.
and like they're on stage for a lot of their life. They like want as less stimuli before they're about to go on. Play in front
Exactly.
of hundreds of thousands of people. Like,
They just want to just kick back and get ready and then take a few deep breaths and then go and play to hundreds, thousands, whatever it is, kind of thing.
good old Capitol.
So what's Young Rach TV then as well?
Young TV is a platform that I'm trying to grow where I can put creatives, to have a platform to let them shine. Like, I feel like I have such a big access to like so many artists that they all want like a platform to grow on, and hopefully I can make Young TV
Yeah, we'll
platform.
just keep going. You never know. Could you pull that up as well if
So,
that's right, Damo?
I've got first episode was your boy Mars, then Wesley Black, then Bex, and then Kala. I've got a few in the works here, but like, because I film most of them, so I film the footage, and then the artist, I send them like 5 or 6 questions, and they record it and send it back, and then Wes edits them, and kind of makes a mini documentary. I filmed like this really big artist, filmed her while she's here. She played a show down south. I went with her, filmed the whole thing, and then she kind of just like flaked on me, didn't send me the vocals. And
Really?
I was like, wow.
Wow,
like,
so you
doesn't-
actually went down south there and like went on her little mini tour here,
Yeah.
and then
I
she.
was like, what are you
Wow.
doing, fam, bro?
Yeah, that's not cool. Because I mean, like you took time out of your busy work, like your
know.
week, like.
So that was meant to be the next one. Type Young Rach into YNGRACH.
I know YNGRACH.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a few in the works lined up, but yeah, it's just like.
And how long have you been going for and doing this for now?
When did this drop? This is the first one. So whenever this dropped, can't see my eyes. But so yeah, this is the other guy I manage.
Look how much fun that
Bro,
looks.
I love playing for him, man. It's insane. And I just
Everybody's into it. It's just like, that's sick. And so that's the Slim's band room, right?
yeah, that's the upstairs, the green room.
Oh, that's upstairs. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a hidden room upstairs. Yeah.
I always thought that was downstairs, kind of like Capitol and Amplify, like how Amplify's got their band room. It's
Yeah.
just similar kind of
The
thing.
ones downstairs are like the manager's room. Sorry, the manager's room where all the cameras are.
And so is that his studio as well, just there?
That's Level Studio. That's in. Oh, what's the suburb?
Is
West
that
Perth.
that was the girl there as well? That you went and go back a bit, Damo?
Oh no. No. I think this is IMDb.
Yeah,
that's
that girl.
IMDb. So she's like from the UK. This is Origin.
Oh
Nah.
wow, okay.
The chick I was filming is I don't know.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, but still, that's pretty cool though. Like, did you get to do any Young Rach TV at Origin or anything as well?
No, it wasn't. I didn't have it back then. It's a
okay.
pretty new concept.
So how new?
Yeah, when did this drop? Can you see?
2000.
Yeah, so end of last year. That was the first. That was when I started
okay.
it. I think about September was when I had the intro made and thought of the concept. Yeah. My plan is to have just like creatives in all fields on it. I've next got a producer coming on it.
Well, we can work together, maybe.
Yeah, do
potentially.
one.
Yeah,
Do one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just film like. So she's quite a big D&B producer, so I filmed a few of her shows, and then probably get some more BTS of her in the studio, and then
BTS.
like behind the scenes.
Oh yeah,
so
yep. Yeah.
So yeah, just waiting on her to send me the vocals, and then I'll start editing it. Yeah.
But that's what we really need though in Perth. Like, you know, to not accommodate, commemorate. Yeah, commemorate. Like when you get like a medal at the army and stuff like that. That word. But the whole idea where it's like to have people that want to give a platform to others that are trying to get into the industry. We really need more of that. But we don't need too much of that. But we need the right amount.
You need the right people doing the right things.
Because it's all about lending a helping hand and getting their name out there, right?
Yeah, like man, when I started, I wish someone was like helping me, like giving me access to like whatever shows and things. Like, it'd be so good. You can like kickstart someone's career. Like,
that's exactly it, and that's the way I've looked at like with this as well. So get someone on who's just breaking out into the industry. 3 years, 4 years, they could be in Las Vegas or something like that. Yeah, talk to that guy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Be like, I know that guy. Like, he was pretty cool. But that's exactly it though. And it's like having all these emerging artists, like sometimes they're so quiet and they're introverted, and they like when they get on stage they're massive extroverts and like they can talk and this and that, but they just don't know how the networking or like the marketing or just trying to.
That's most of it, hey, to be honest. A lot of just don't know how to do the business side of their business, I guess. And
that's exactly it. And that's where it's like it's like what Anton always said. It's like you got to be if you want to be a DJ, you got to be an event promoter, graphic designer, like business manager. You got to be your own marketer. You got to have all these different skills behind you to be able to actually like
do it,
to get your name out there, because the population of the world's increasing. Australia is increasing. Everywhere's increasing.
There's a lot of DJs out there.
That's it. And the thing is like when you look back at the 90s and stuff like that, like there were heaps of DJs out there, but it was too expensive and such a niche thing because you got to have records and tapes and CDs and the whole lot. But now it's just a laptop, and it's just the game's changing kind of thing.
It's changing.
So
exciting.
With the music, with the hip hop industry, how much has it actually changed in the last 5 years, in your opinion?
The Perth scene has grown exponentially. Like like I was saying, my first few shows at Good Shep, we're playing to like the artists on the lineup. Like there was like 20 people there. Like, and so like just it's all grown. Like even just like the seriousness of people taking the music and like how professional everybody, even the sound coming out, like it's industry level music coming out, and it's like half of it's being made in bedrooms, studio bedrooms.
That's it.
So just the whole aspect of an artist is, I feel like everyone's taken it a lot more seriously and actually believing themselves. Like this idea when you're growing up, like going to uni is kind of drilled into you, not necessarily being a creative or like being a rapper, being a DJ. You don't
100% agree with that. Actually,
not like
100% agree with that. It's so many families kind of push their kids into uni or TAFE or whatever to try and like, I mean, normal jobs kind of
9 to 5, like
9 to 5, not so much creativity kind of thing, and we're kind of put in the box almost, kind of. It depends on everything, but
so I just feel like it needed a few people just to like really show that you can do it, you can be a creative and actually make a living off it. Like the first 2 years I was DJing like at Good Shep, I was living off my DJ income, and that was like the first 2 years of me being in this industry. And I was
if you were doing Fridays and Saturdays and then maybe potentially a Sunday gig, you'll be fine.
And I was just like, wait, what? You can actually like do this? And then that's like, I know when I was like, okay, I can actually do this. Like, Perth may not be the sleepy city after all.
No, that's exactly it. Well, that's what's so beautiful about Perth, though, because like it's opportunity. But sorry, you go on. So,
but the scene, I guess, that as well. Like in the hip hop world, Perth may not be necessarily considered on top. Like Sydney's like the hub of hip hop.
Really?
In Australia, yeah. It's like where all the label heads and all the...
I always thought maybe Adelaide or Melbourne or something like that, because Melbourne's, the hipster capital. And it's like...
Sydney and Melbourne are like pretty rammed with opportunities and things like that, but Sydney's kind of where
just where it's at.
Are, head offices and things like that.
Yeah.
I guess where the artists that are kind of popping. Like Brisbane has heaps of dope artists on the come up right now as well. So I think it took a few years to get the respect put on Perth, like get some respect on the name, and like I feel like that's happening now. It's still Perth is kind of, I don't know. People make comments all the time about, oh, you're from Perth. Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
just,
Like, it's a city's a city. Like, you know, that's what's so ridiculous as well. It's like how Perthies have the north of the river and south of the river. But it's like, come on, then what about the east? You know, the east coast and stuff.
If I live in the city, smack bang in the CBD, am I north or am I south?
Well, you're in the CBD. You're in the city. You're in the grey zone.
Yeah,
basically.
I was on TikTok the other day, and then they were like, oh, are you north or south? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in the middle, bro. I'm like, I don't know
that's it though, right? And that's like it's just kind of whack in a way because there's a whole big world out there, and then people care about if you're north or south.
North, south.
And it's just like, you know, like, so have you thought of, because you said before we started as well, like this episode was originally because you're going to go on a national tour.
Yes.
So
correct.
like, how long have you thought about going on a national tour, and like, what was the plan for it, and how was it going to play out and everything?
I mean, touring to me has always been the goal, is like what I've wanted to do. Like, I think it's so cool. I love traveling in general. So seeing the world by being able to play DJ sets it'd be amazing.
So
like,
much fun.
So like this tour, so I made a t-shirt design on my friend Rakeem Goodrich on Instagram, made about a year ago the designs. And
is it on Instagram? We can pull it up at all?
Where are the designs? They were, but I had to delete the post because it was all wrong graphics. But
okay.
They're on my website actually. They should be under my store.
You have your own website as well.
Yeah, just www.youngrach.com.
I wish I had my own website.
Store. Yeah. So he made the design, and then I wanted like just some sort of concept. So I haven't really been releasing music, and so I just wanted like a reason why to release merch. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna throw a dope show, which is this Friday at the Bird.
Yeah, if anyone's listening, check it out.
So I was like, I'll do a show, and then I'm in the position now where I've been booking shows for like myself and my artists for a while. I kind of have made enough connects to just do my own run of shows. And yeah, so I linked shows in Sydney, Melbourne, and so it's going to be my first headline tour. If you go up, store up the top.
So just quickly as well, so like making your own website, how did you do this yourself, or did you pay someone else to do it? Or
yeah, so that's the design. So Leon set it up for me. She's my homie from school. She kind of set the layout up, and then I just edit. I like do it now.
Is it like a yearly subscription or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a decent price because I pay for the commerce side, so to sell clothes directly off that, so people can buy and just pay through PayPal or whatever. So like you pay a bit more for the commerce side of things, and then
but still, that's a pretty cool shirt though. That's not bad at all.
It's a graphic.
So like, what else is involved in your website? Like what else is?
That's just got all my about info, 6KMC stuff.
Okay.
Has all my events, but I haven't updated that because everything just kept getting pushed back with COVID, so I was getting sick of updating the graphics.
I don't blame you at all.
So I just put link to my Facebook events, and then that is
that's the way to do it.
Stays up to the
wow, so it's got like festivals and where you've played and what you've done, and so how was stuff like Tokyo? Wait, go back up. You played.
Yeah, so I played Japan.
You played in Tokyo? You played in Japan?
When did I play that? I can't remember. 2000, does it say 18?
Yeah, 18. That's impressive. How was that? How did you tee something like that up?
Yeah, bro, so many people hit me up after and were like, oh, can you book me shows in Japan? I was like, I don't even know how I did it myself. I'll tell you how I did it.
Okay, alright. Come on, spill the beans.
So pretty much I was going for a holiday in general. I was going for like a Kentucky tour or whatever. And it's like, man, I wonder if I can get a show over there. And then I was like following one or two DJs from Japan, I don't know. And then I started following a bunch more I was looking for events to go to while I was over there because I was like, let's check the scene out. And then I started following these DJs, and they all happened to be at the one club. It was Club Camelot. I can't remember. But anyway, I was talking to this one DJ because he was in the trap music scene as well, and he was making bass music. And then I was like, oh, bro, like I'm coming over. Let's link up, like whatever. Because I was making music at the time, so I was more thinking like production. He was like, yeah, sounds good. He was like, oh, we should go back to back. And I was like, oh, say no more. What the hell? Like,
yeah, definitely.
And then we were just talking, and he was so nice. Like, Japanese people are so nice. I don't know what it is, but he was just so nice. And then he was like, oh, I'll talk to the promoter and just see if you want to like it to be your show type thing. And I was just like, what? Like,
so you had your own like Young Rach Presents.
yeah, like
there.
I didn't even know how it came about. I was just lucky, I guess. Like I was like just linking with him for other reasons, and I guess he saw
that's
that I was
so cool though.
linking for the right reason.
Yeah. And the thing is that you'll be promoting them as it is, because they'd just go like, you know, Japan, Australian DJ kind of thing.
And
like,
it was cool. I was actually mad nervous about it because I was at my hotel and then I was like, okay, so I was just walking everywhere in Japan or like getting pre-planned buses because nobody speaks English and I don't speak Japan. So and I was like,
speak Japan, yeah, Japanese. Yeah.
I don't speak Japan.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like trying to get a taxi to the venue and nobody would take me because I couldn't speak Japanese. And I had the map up and I was like, oh, can you take me here? He was like, I don't know. And like, I got kicked out of like 2 or 3 taxis, no joke. And I was like, bro, it was like pouring down with rain. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, and I was like, I got into one taxi. I was like, please. I was like, I will direct you. Like, and he was like, okay. Like, he managed to understand what I was saying and took me there. I was like, oh, like, I was so stressed. And then I got there and I was messaging him. I was like, yeah, I'm at the front. Like, where you at? Anyway, I went in and like, the guy that linked the show could speak English, but like broken and very little. And so he was with all his friends. They were all like the resident DJs there, and it was one of their birthdays. So there was like heaps of them, heaps like his friends and stuff. And like none of them barely spoke English. So I was just like, oh god,
like party time.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't even know. And I was like nervous and like stressed, and I was just like, I don't even know like what I'm doing right now. Like I'm in another country. I was like, oh geez, like,
just living life
and
go on
like,
adventure.
Yeah, and they were just like here, like shouting me drinks and like it was fun. It was a good night. They were also accommodating and like they were making the effort to like make sure I was feeling okay, which was really nice. And yeah, it was an insane experience. It was weird.
What time
like,
was your set and like what did you play and everything like?
Yeah, well, right. So I was like to him, so the DJ that linked it up for me, we were just like going back and forth for ages and we had like the same music tastes. So I just played, I knew what he would play. So, what was I playing? I was playing like trap remixes of hip hop songs, but I was also playing hip hop because there was like a few Australians there in the club, which was a bit random. I was like, they look really Australian. I was like, hey, are you from Australia? Yeah. So I played like Mac Miller and bro, they were like, what? And, like,
really?
Yeah. And like I played Drake. There's videos of me playing Drake.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's sick.
But yeah, apparently I took over from some like real good Japanese DJ. I have no idea who it was.
Yeah.
Or, like what.
And then you like showed him out like, this is how we do it in Perth.
He was like, oh, that was so and so. I'm like, I don't know who that is, man. Like, and I'm like, oh, like the guy I was playing back to back with, he was like, he was like, I'm too scared like to take over from him. Like, can you? And I was like, oh, who is this guy? Like, I don't even. But yeah, it was fun. It was. And
so it was only a 1 hour set as well, or?
Yeah, I can't remember what time. It was 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
1 hour. Yeah, but like I was so edgy the entire. I don't know why. I was just.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you though. Like you're in a completely different country, and you're like, I speak English. Like, can we talk? No. Okay. Can I DJ?
Yeah, like,
please, I'll play music. Wick.
Music is the global language, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing experience. Like.
Yeah. That's an adventure and a half, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
actually. Was almost gonna have another set. This is a bit of a weird story, but so I went on the Kentucky tour and we just went to a club. You know the Yakuza, right, in Japan, the mafia. So my tour guide was like, I don't know if she was lit or something, but she was out to them. Anyway, managed to find these guys in the club who were a part of this gang, and they were like, "Oh, come upstairs with us, like to the private room." And then she's like, "Oh, come with me." And like a group of us went up there, and I was like, this is mad sus, like, I don't know. And they were like, apparently if they're missing fingers, or it means they've like killed someone or something.
Okay.
So these guys were like missing fingers and like had all these like.
That means they dishonored the clan, so they had to cut off their own fingers.
They mean what?
They dishonored themselves, so they had to cut off their own finger.
Yeah.
They cut off their own finger.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, it was some. I was like very like I feel a bit awkward. Anyway, they found out I was a DJ. Well, she told them I was a DJ, and this guy was like, "Oh no, we'll get you on stage." And I was like, don't like disrespect the DJ. Like I'm chilling. Like, and this guy went downstairs. Was like, "Nah, you like get off the stage. This chick's here." Like, and he was like, "Yeah, get up here." I'm like, "Bro, like I'm good. Like
Yeah.
I like this is rude." Like, And I like pulled me on stage, and I was like, and then I was up there, and the DJ was like to me like, okay, you can go. And like I put my USB in, and the other like Yakuza guy walked off, and I took it out. I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. He was like, oh, I appreciate that. Like I think he looked like he had his whole set kind of planned. Like he had like a lap note. And I was like, oh, it's so awkward. Anyway, these guys were so creepy, man. Like he was like trying to buy us drinks, and then pretty sure he was trying to like drug us and stuff. Hey, like he was like, oh, like trying to take me away from everyone. And I was just like,
so was
bro,
it just you by yourself there?
nah, it was me and like a group of other people from the tour. I was with
Okay.
like I was with a bunch of boys, so like
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't by myself. But
Yeah.
and he was
I
like,
about to say, holy shit.
I know, and he was like, oh, come, like I'll get you a drink. And I'm like, the fuck. So I went over there and I was like to the boys, let's dip, bro. This guy's trying to like drug me or something.
Yeah,
I was
let's
like,
get out of here.
I don't know what like the other people in the tour were. She was still like with all those guys, and I was like, this is creepy, man. Like,
Yeah, that's
I was like,
the
I'm
dark side of
scared.
Kentucky
Yeah,
tours.
Jesus, this is dark side of. I was like, moral of the story: don't go asking people if they're part of gangs and trying to like. It's just like don't reel me into
Well,
it.
yeah,
but,
usually you gotta kind of keep it on the DL and just be like, yeah, I'm mixing with the wrong crowd
Yeah,
here.
it's just
Maybe I
like-
should go back over there.
it's like I don't want to DJ, but I don't want to DJ that much. Don't like use your powers to kick the DJ off.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That was funny.
All right. Well, back to like the national tour and stuff like that. So
yeah.
where were you gonna go for that again?
So I was starting here on this weekend, and then I was gonna go to Sydney to play Empire at Oxford Art Factory.
Oh,
Empire, yeah, Oxford's a huge venue. So
that's pretty impressive actually.
yeah, Empire's at the queer night over there. It's like the Sydney version of Snatch, which is here, or like not so much Cherry Bomb, like Snatch here, yeah. So yeah, that was in Sydney, and then I was gonna go to Melbourne and play Mother, which is also a queer event at Attic, I think, ATTIK. I'm not too sure
Okay.
about Melbourne. And then my friend runs a bar in Melbourne, and I was gonna throw like a show at that bar, but that hadn't been planned yet because I didn't really want to book it.
Yeah, everything
Whereas
kept
other
getting pushed back.
Yeah, the other shows are monthly or like weekly events, so you can kind of book them whenever.
And so that's on Chapel Street as well.
So
Okay.
that's the venue, yeah.
See, I want to go back to Melbourne again so bad. It's such a cool place.
Yeah. I
Like,
went to Rebs last time I went.
Yeah, Revolves
Oh my
is
God.
amazing, right? So
I went at
cool.
like Sunday morning at there like 7 a.m.
Yeah, and it's still going.
Yeah, it was heaving. It was like
Yeah.
the best time to go apparently. I got there like 6 or 7 a.m. left at like 10 a.m.
Shit.
Absolutely rocketed. But
That's what you want, though.
yeah, it was. Yeah, my friend lives in Melbourne, one of my best friends. So he was working at his bar before, so I was there, and then we went after. And he's pretty involved in the scene, so we could just like go straight in. It's like,
That's
whoa,
what
this
you want.
is
You want
rad.
people that know
Yeah.
people in the right industry.
Especially
kind of
Rebs,
thing.
the line was massive at that time. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised about that. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. The line's huge.
yeah,
Just walk past and like it's daylight. Like,
yeah, literally, it was a bunch of just swinging drawers everywhere. But yeah, and like my other friend was there, and then I was like to him, like me and Harry, I was like, we're leaving, like I can't, I'm tired, like. And then he was
It's
like,
10 a.m.
yeah.
midday, like-
And then he was like, I'm gonna stay for a bit, and we went to Harry's, and then I got this phone call like midday. My other friend was like, all right, where are you guys? I'm ready. I was like, my God, you're leaving the club at noon midday on a Sunday, like. What is going on?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what happens when you have a bigger population, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You can actually do things like that,
that was a good
unlike
time.
Perth. But so, how did you manage to hook these gigs up though, like Attic and stuff like that? Did you just email them, or
Yeah, so yeah, I just emailed them.
like, did you do your research prior and like look on like what clubs and
Yeah, I kind
places?
of made a vision in my head of what tour I want to do. Like, it was originally going to be a bunch of hip hop shows, but I've got a decent following here from playing Snatch and stuff in the queer music scene, queer event scene. So with the backing of Snatch, I'm resident there. It's kind of, it actually turns out the person that runs Mother, who's in Melbourne, used to co-run Snatch here.
Okay.
So like when I emailed her, I kind of knew that, but I didn't know that at the same time. When I emailed her, I just emailed them like my press kit and like my bio and kind of like what I want, my rates and stuff, and see if we
yeah, sort something out.
can sort
Yeah.
something. She was just like, oh yeah, I know who you are, like easy, let's lock it in. Like,
Oh wow, that's really good though for them to already go. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we've heard of you. Yeah, definitely take
Sydney
you on
one,
board.
I messaged them, I think like a year ago, and they never said anything. But also the way I like email and stuff now is 100 times more. professional and formal.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing as well. Like, I was actually talking a while ago, Dom at TAFE. I was actually talking to a mate of mine about this, where it's like when you go to email, it's like you start off and it's like how do you structure an email?
looking at my emails from when I was starting out doing my EP, oh my god, like,
yeah, but then it's like the growth between that. It's like, oh, I'm actually so professional now. Like, use fancy words.
Yeah. You just like, do you know what I find? If you like highlight or like bold like certain words and stuff, or like artist names and stuff, it makes your email look so much nicer.
Yeah. I don't blame. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so I just hit them up. Obviously I'm not like a huge name and stuff, so you got to be a bit lenient with prices. Like what I charge.
You're pretty big in Perth, I have to say. Like,
yeah,
like,
what I charge
you're
here
well
is a
known.
lot more than what I charge over there, because like, they,
well, you gotta adjust, and you gotta you gotta negotiate, kind of thing.
yeah, pretty much negotiate.
I mean, it would be nice to go over and get your whole tour paid for by playing at the clubs.
Yeah, it was actually from.
Oh, so that actually was kind of.
Yeah, it was completely covered by my shows. So
oh, wow.
It was gonna be my first fully.
That would have been awesome though, because that's what you need when you go and do a tour and stuff like that.
I guess.
Because you don't really want to be out of pocket, but at the same time, you do want to take money, spending money and this and that, and like living money. But then if you can go and play a gig and like you play 2 gigs and it covers your flights, away you go. Like,
so yeah, that was. But we'll hopefully soon lock it in. I mean, no point being angry about it. Everyone's in the same position.
Everybody's in the same boat.
Like I was saying last time, I already had an event pushed back, Wes's event, till next month. So just kind of got to deal with it as it goes. Everyone's in the same boat. So honestly, like,
it's all so unpredictable with what's happening, and like the industry in itself, like the Perth music industry, Australia's music industry, the world's music industry is struggling. It's all struggling, and like we're all putting the pieces back together slowly, but it won't be the same for like another 2 years, I reckon.
And the touring side is just
it's stunted.
It's like the whole point of being an independent artist is like when you do a release, the tours, the shows is like the main thing that brings you money, and like that's really hurt a lot of artists.
That's exactly it.
Like,
because no one buys CDs anymore. They'll buy their iTunes release, but then they get a small profit out of that.
Yeah, you get tiny profits.
So I was going to ask about your EP as well. So let's bring that up. What is it called again? It was sent to me on Facebook, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So the
it's
EP is called Eternal Youth.
Eternal Youth
Volume 1, because it was intended to be a continued series, which there is still the possibility.
And so where did the name come from for that?
I guess it all ties into YNGRACH. I mean, like I said before, so many people were like, you're not always going to be young forever. So I was like, you know what? I'm eternally going to be youthful.
Are we able to play it as well, or will we get copyrighted?
Oh, you can play it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
It's not. I didn't sign it off to a label or a distro.
So how long did it take for you to make this then? Can you turn it down a little bit, Damo, if that's right?
A year, I think. So the concept originally came from, I got booked for a show in Frio. I don't know the venue or the promoter, I can't remember, but they booked me to do like a live show. I don't know if they knew. I don't think they had any idea who I was. At this time, I hadn't had any music out. I was a DJ. They're like, hey, we're booking like artists to come do live shows. Like, do you want to come do a live show? And it's like, I was like, oh yeah, just letting you know I'm a DJ. Like, what did you want me to do? Like, do you want me to bring in the artists I DJ for? And they were like, oh, like, yeah, free reign. And so it was kind of like, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then,
what do you want from me?
Yeah, I was like, what do you like? What? I was like, cool, I'll just bring all the artists I DJ for and like do a show. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like push myself. I had like, which was fire.
This is pretty cool.
This is Sowdy. Now rapping.
This is banging, actually. This is good. This is really good.
Yeah, I like this song.
It just flows really well.
Kick in the door, we're in the 4-4. Yeah, shout out Sowdy. He engineered this project.
So that he helped engineer the EP, or
He did all the mixing and mastering and put up with my nitpicking. There's about like 10 revisions of every song.
And so how many tracks are there? There's 6, 7? 6.
Can't remember. Yeah, 6. So yeah, I was booked to play that live show, and then I was like, I had 2 months or something to come up with my live show, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make an EP, perform it live. I just really pushed myself, like, whatever. And so as I was making the EP, I was like, I am no way gonna be able to make an EP length for this show. Like,
yeah,
a
because
6, 7
production is pretty full on.
And I'm like I said, I'm not like, it takes me a while to understand what I'm doing.
I mean, like, you can even like, you can go and learn it, like, you know,
Yeah.
Lab 6, but when you go and sit in front of a computer by yourself, you're like, how?
And making that good. You can make music, but making good music.
Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah.
And in that time, I was going to Japan, actually, I think. So I finished one track on the way to Japan, which is All My Life, featuring Young Buddha. And then I think when I was away, or when I got back, the promoter hit me up and was like, hey, we're not having much success with the event. Like, it's not running anymore. I was like, all right. I was like, well, I'm just going to stick with this concept of the EP and take my time and
get it out, kind of thing.
Got it out. It took about, I think, a year from the time I started it to it being released. And yeah, it's...
And so, like, in each individual track, like, what was the thought behind it in a way? And, like...
And
like, you know, just, like... Because you know how, like, say, like, with Wesley, like, he was making music, it's like things are happening in his life, and, like, you know, like, was that kind of similar?
I never really had a story that I wanted to follow. My music's just very... I feel like it's very experimental and very weird, off-center to, like...
But that's a good thing,
mainstream.
though.
Yeah.
Because that's what you got to do. Like, you got to be off-center. You got to be innovating a new approach,
New
kind
sound.
of thing.
Yeah, that's 100%. I don't know. I was pretty early with my production career, so I didn't really have a vision or a plan as such, which is probably the downfall of it all, kind of to where to follow from it. But I just wanted to make an EP which showcased my friends and artists in Perth music and hopefully do some cool things with it.
Yeah.
And
I have to say, I really do admire that you're doing it for the right reasons, kind of thing. Like, you actually are, like, you know, you're trying to help the others out. You know, you're trying to help the little man become the big man, kind of thing.
that's it, man. Like,
because it's the way it needs to happen, though, right? Like, not with everybody, but it's like, as I said, we need people like us, almost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say me as well, but like, that's what I'm trying
to
do with this in a way.
It's so much funner, like, doing things with other people and, like, friends, and, like, getting to the top together. Like, can you imagine touring, like, the world with, like, your friends?
Yeah, it would be so much fun.
Like,
well, actually, funnily enough, I met the Fundamentals once at Capital and Amplifier, and downstairs it was off its shit because it was like the Fundamentals are like a 4 or 5 piece or something like that, and then there's like another 4 guys, and it's just like I talked to this dude, and he was like, "Oh, I'm the manager," and I was like, "Okay, well, how do you become manager?" Oh, that guy called me up once and like said, all right, well, we got to go here and do this show. Can you book the accommodation stuff for us?
It's actually funny. Some of these real big acts, their friends are just like their managers.
Yeah.
Like, they've got to a point where their team's so solid they could just like bring their friends and stuff.
That's
and
it,
like,
yeah.
Can you imagine? It'd be so fun.
And that's like the guy said, it's like, I've had the time of my life. Like, I don't go on stage, don't do anything. I just drink free piss and hang out with these guys. And if they want to go somewhere, I'll book a flight for them.
It'd be so fun. Like,
it would
be. One of my friends was like, "Oh, when you make it, like, can I come?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah,
sure."
I was like, I just got to make sure I'm getting enough to like fund us both.
That's it. Yeah. So you can pay for, we can pay for your hotel as well. Right?
Yeah, but that's good fun. Like,
but it's almost like it's not a dream, but it's like it's a possibility. But at the same time, it's like it's reaching for the stars, kind of thing.
Yeah,
because the Fundamentals are huge, and like, well, quite big. I do and don't know of them, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I met them, and it's like,
I know the name.
Yeah, and they've played on Triple J and all sorts of stuff. But at the same time, as I said, like 4 or 5 of them plus the other mates that all just come along for the ride. Like, you got to be doing something, right? Yeah, that's it. But then it's all about networking and socializing as well. Because the other day as well, like, I actually at Market Grounds, I managed to meet a guy that used to work at Capital, apparently. Oh, cool. This is like before our time, but he actually is over in Sydney and Melbourne now, and apparently he just travels around. I think it's Sydney and Melbourne from memory, but he travels around the East Coast, and he just is like a roadie. But he's a roadie that actually does help set up and pack up and like do all sorts of stuff like live acts.
I met a guy at Slims that does that.
And he literally said, it's like, well, next time I go over, you want to come with? And it's like, well, my life's here, though. Right? I'd love to, because who knows what doors it could open.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, drop everything and go just do all that.
Good question, yeah. I actually was going to go to Sydney for a while last year, from like June, July, August. I think I'd booked to go for 3 months and spend time and just do my thing there, but COVID hit and changed everything.
Yeah.
But
But that's the thing though as well. Sometimes like doing something like that, you know, you can build a base. It's not a base, but like a base of operations over in the different cities kind of thing. You know, like for me, like I've got a few friends in Melbourne, so I can actually go and stay on their couches. And what I really wanted to do before COVID happened was actually try and also I wanted to do it just after COVID was try and take this on the road almost. So that way it's actually go and interview DJs and artists and stuff like that at the events, but do like little like kind of stuff like what you were doing as well, like the Young Rach TV in a way, but then do it actually like organize, like go to a bar and go sit in the corner and just have like, you know, your phones all set up and then do an interview kind of like that.
Have you ever done them like online or not online, like on a Zoom call or something?
I've actually done it with with the Bogan Rogan that we were doing before. We used to have a mate in America we used to do it with. And then also for the last episode of season 1 last year, we was it last year or the year before? Yeah, last year. We actually there was a guy who tours around America and he's in a dubstep. He's a dubstep DJ and he plays at festivals and all sorts of stuff. And just like got his story in a way.
Cool.
And he was from Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Shout out to Seda. Oh, Montana. Yeah. But it was just like getting his perspective. And see, it would be so cool to do things like that.
Yeah, it would be.
Because it's all just sharing knowledge. It's like what I said with even doing this when I first started doing this. It's to get adventures and stories and like, you know, the story about Japan. Like, you know, you just told all our viewers about what happened in Japan. Like, be careful.
Careful of the Japanese.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they cut their fingers off if they dishonored their clan.
Actually, But
that's exactly it, though, right? And it's. You know, like it's part of our journey. I mean, you can sit inside and do nothing if you want to, but or you can do fun things like this and like, you know,
that's it.
Just like
make a legacy.
Yeah, in a way, kind of.
It's the plan.
But that's the thing as well, right? It's like, so you know, we've got about 5-10 minutes left. Where do you see yourself in like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Because will you look back on all of this if you ever decide to drop like all of this stuff? Life changes, something happens, like. But would you look back and go like, I had fun in my 20s and my early 30s?
Oh yeah, I've had so much fun. My goals, my 2-3 year plan, my 5-year plan.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about, right?
I'm content with what I'm doing right now. I feel like in the current climate with COVID and everything, there's not too much to like. You can't really make plans, so like touring and things like that kind of is at the back of my mind right now because there's no point putting energy into something that you can't control.
That's it. Yeah.
So my focus in terms of Young Rach will hopefully be back touring and playing shows with artists across Australia whenever we're able to. But yeah, mainly I guess with CSKMC and building my artists and kind of giving them my time to help them shine and grow. That's
something we didn't really dive into as well. We got to talk about that before we finish up.
Managing, so do a lot of talent development and management, with Wes and your boy Mars. Wes is back, So I guess 5-year plan is to maybe, I don't know, just become a staple name in hip hop. Like, I feel like,
in my opinion, you already are. Like,
in like Perth.
In Perth, yeah. But you want to do Australia.
Yeah, to be like regarded in industry, like industry level, to not just like artists and stuff, but like, label heads and execs and people in the know and people in power.
Yeah.
So, to be considered like, like there's dudes called like Howie, who's like the Triple J hip hop show host, and like Zig and like Nick Loopy. These guys are all, if you're in the hip hop scene, are considered like top dogs. They like manage like artists that are doing really well at the moment, so to be considered and respected on the level they are, it's kind of what me and my team are aiming for.
That's really good though, because it's good to have a goal like that and actually, not to just go, okay, we've got here, now where do we go? It's like, no, we've got to keep going, kind of thing.
So just keep going and ticking more things off and achieving more.
And so with the artist management and stuff like that, like what's involved with doing stuff like that?
From our perspective, we do a lot more than probably like your standard manager. Like, I guess we have the capabilities of, like, I do a lot of the publicity, so the public relations, so getting those radio, the premieres and blogs and things like that. So my role in the team is publicity, and then I'm Wesley Black's main manager, and I co-manage your boy Mars. Whereas like Roshan Zahin, your boy Mars is like first manager and co-manage Wes. So like I do the publicity and just like wherever Wes goes, I go. And then Roche does the marketing side of things, ads, and Zahin kind of oversees it all, make sure everything's running, like music videos.
Yep.
So managing is just like being an artist mentor pretty much in the industry. Like, yeah, it's the easiest way to put it. I guess
That sounds pretty cool though.
Handling everything, yeah.
Because that's the thing, is like being the mentor. It's like, you know, from your past experiences, then you can actually go, well, like, you know, don't do this, do that, like, you know.
Like more like handling label stuff and like contracts and just things that, I mean, at the end of the day, you want the artist just to focus on their art so they can give you the best product.
That's it.
So just emails, like, and like we were saying with bookings before, I just email out when I get booking, like programmers emails, I'll just send them like the boys press kits and be like, yeah, this is what we're after. If you got any shows coming up, like hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just networking with and making contacts with venues and promoters and things like that.
Well, that's it. It's all about building connections. It really, really is in hospitality, entertainment, nightlife and stuff.
For sure. Just getting their names out.
Yeah. And just being prominent name. But that's what's so perfect about Perth as well, because we're so small that we can actually, like, it's easier for us to rise through the ranks almost, compared to going to, you know, trying to do something like this in New York. Like,
damn, yeah.
good luck. Like, it's not going to happen. Like,
I'm sick to go to New York. Oh my God.
Like, it would be so cool to go to New York, but like to try and, you know, make a hip, like, make your own unique hip hop scene, or like try and like get gigs
hard,
and this and
man.
that.
It'd be
You'd
so
really
hard.
just have to know the right people and know where to go and who to talk to and the whole lot. But then, to be fair, that's a similar thing with Perth. It's just doing research. But at the same time, it's like, what's the population in New York, Damo? 8 million. Really? Only? Oh, well, yeah. That's just one city though. So yeah. What about Greater New York?
LA. Well, LA is actually 4 million. Chicago's 2.7 million, but New York is 8.5 million.
Okay.
That's
What's
it's
Perth?
a very small.
Perth is what, 2.8 or something?
No, we're 1.5.
1.5 million.
Oh, look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still, like 8 million doesn't seem like a lot.
We have
compared to-
1.9 million, but in New York, it's a density of 10,000. It's 10,000 kilometers.
10,000 kilometers square. That's pretty big.
Whilst Perth is 6.5, 331 kilometers.
Yeah, compared to the 10,000, that's nuts.
That's nuts. That is nuts. There's a lot of people in a very small island.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That's an island.
Yeah.
You get that. That's New York. That's New York. It's an island. And 8.5 million people live on that, bro.
Yeah, that's hectic. And that's what I mean. It's just like trying to...
The number one city in America.
Yeah. Is it number one?
It's the number one population.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. 63 million
Concrete
tourists
jungle.
visited New York in 2017.
How many people?
63 million tourists.
63 million tourists.
In 2017, yes.
How many tourists did we get in 2017? Like...
100.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a good question. We have 5.8 million in 2017.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
we are.
Yep.
Yeah, what was it like?
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Divide 68 by 6 million, and there you go.
Yeah. Do we have any comments as well before we wrap anything?
We do. We have a few. Yes, we have.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna pull them up. We have
Comment section.
Mitchell Robertson going 9 out of 10 Lab 6 because 7 is clearly a superior number. He's giving his thumbs up on Lab 6.
The 7's a superior number. What?
Yeah, because 7 is clearly a superior number. Then he's talking about how Lab 6.
Oh, Lab 6.
Yeah, Lab 6 is a 9 out of 10 because 7 is clearly a superior number.
Good, like Lab 7.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Lab 7 is.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
like, ha 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 ha. it's a
Zahin's
dry
in 6
humour.
KMC.
Let's go,
Okay.
Rach. There you go.
Oh,
He's one of the
yeah.
guys that runs 6 KMC with.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
well,
Good guy.
hopefully
He's
he can
alright,
come
he's
on.
alright.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, he's got to come on. Yeah, hopefully, get his perspective. Yeah.
Get the boys on.
So thank you so much for coming on, though.
Thanks for having
we
me.
basically ran out of time. But yeah, we covered a lot of topics, which is pretty cool.
We did.
And went through quite a bit.
Got me talking.
Yeah, got you
Very
talking.
rare,
Yeah, that's it.
appearance.
Usually just in the background, just
Usually
like
hiding
hanging
over
out.
there. But yeah, well, thanks
Yeah.
for having me, man.
Yeah, it was good fun. And then, yeah, hopefully everything can go great in your area. Like, already seems like you're making good progress. And, like, you know, everything you're doing it's working. You're
So
not, like,
far,
having
so far.
much kickbacks or anything like that. But
Yeah.
other than the COVID, but everyone is going through that. So,
Fingers crossed.
yeah, we just have to wait and see.
That's it.
Yep. So next week we've got a band on, and I just love it when this happens, Damo. I just love it when someone messages me and be like, "Hey, I watched the one with Joan and the Giants. Like, you guys are pretty cool. Can we come on?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, you can. I would love to have you guys on." So it is a local Perth band that has done a few tours around Perth and WA, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know much about them because I haven't done my research yet, but they seem very, very cool. So can't wait. So her name is Tessa Hutchinson's. Yeah. I don't know if I should release the last name, but you know, whatever. Whatever. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. This is episode 85. Yeah, and thank you so much for coming on, Rach.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we'll get you back on a couple of a year or 2 years or whatever, and
See the progress. Yeah.
that's it. See a few tours around Australia and stuff. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hopefully.